All right. And if you didn't know, now you know we're doing a Pokemon ranking tier list. It's good to be here, Taylor. How are you
It's
doing
good to be
today?
here too. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Ready to talk about, unfortunately, my favorite game series of all time.
Unfortunately, let's do it.
You know,
Let's get
let's
to
go
it.
in. Let's get in. There it is. The rankings.
The
All right. Where do we
holy
want?
grail of mediocrity and some great.
Yeah, very true. Where do you want to start? Should we start with red, blue?
Yeah,
I think we
and I
put
said we
all
should
the
probably
games.
bring whatever we rank one, we should rank the accompanying game
Yeah, exactly.
because it's not
So
too many
let's.
differences. So yeah, just put red and blue up in the S, please.
All right.
It,
Why
it's
S? Why S?
okay. I feel like it has the best assortment of Pokemon one, the most iconic assortment.
Okay.
Like when
But
you think Pokemon, you think the majority of the Pokemon in these games.
mm, I don't know about that. I think a lot of people have grown with the games.
That's
I
true.
From a technical aspect, I'd say these games are pretty bad from a technical playable game perspective. They're pretty bad.
Okay.
Nostalgia wise, they're very good.
Yeah.
The clear message, like you're saying, like the very clear cut, this is Pokemon, is very strong. And I think you do have to pay legacy to the fact that they are the OG games. I think we should put these in B as like a nice center point.
You know what? You convinced me because there's two games that we'll get to later on that I would want to put in the S, and
Okay.
it would kind of make more sense to put these kind of lower than those. Okay, I'm good with
Okay.
that.
Let's move on to Pikachu, yellow version. Where do we put? I think yellow goes above these two because it
I
improved
do
it,
too because this one made me feel more like I was in the anime.
which is what kids wanted back in the day.
Yeah, I
And it's still,
preferred yellow as a kid. That's yellow is my first Pokemon game in general.
yeah,
I
and it's and
found
it
that in my cousin's abandoned toys, and I became a fan of Pokemon ever
just started
since.
playing it.
Yeah,
It's
and then I played Red and Blue. I think I played Red eventually, and I was like, "Oh, this is good, but not as good as Yellow."
yeah,
So yeah, I
they're
agree.
just not as good. Let's. I think since Pokemon, well, we'll get to the let's move into the next generation. Are we all good with Generation One, the Kanto games?
For sure.
Okay, I'm happy about this. Two. Let's move on to um, uh, gold and silver. What do you think these rank?
You're putting him in D?
I'm holding them there. That's a
Oh, I
placeholder.
was like, dang! I was like, shots fired.
No.
Jeez.
That's a placeholder. Where do you did you play
I was like, the
these?
controversial opinions are strong with that one. Oh man. I would put those. I'm between B and C
Okay,
because I never finished either one, obviously, but I never finished them
sure.
because I remember playing it and thinking, this is cool. I enjoy the new region. This is fine, but this is not hitting the same as those first games.
No. I would also say that level design wise, there's a poorly implemented level curve in this game,
Mhm.
where there's a point where you can go and take on 3 gym leaders in any order, and because of that, all the gym leaders are super weak. So it's not as challenging. It's kind of it's not as clear cut as the first couple games. I think I'm happy putting gold and silver in C.
And then where would you want to put Crystal?
I would put crystal in B because it's a lot of a game. It's a lot of a game, but it still has the same problems. It's just improved slightly aesthetically with some new story elements that make it a little bit more interesting. It's really the first time Pokemon tried to do a story narrative that's a little bit more cutscene heavy than Red or Blue, which are just like there is a story in the background. So I got to give them credit for that. I think it works. I like the story of hunting Suicune.
Mhm.
Um, and I do that. This is a game that has a lot of nostalgia for me. I used to play Crystal all the time, and I hated these two. They just weren't the same.
Yeah, and the thing was for me, I came to gold and silver late. So my vision's a little skewed on it. I played Gold and Silver actually after Ruby and Sapphire, which we'll get to.
Gotcha.
So for me, I did look at them as kind of a step back to even Red and Blue,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I experience, the highs of Ruby and Sapphire. So do you want to go straight into that?
Yeah, let's Ruby and Sapphire are like definitely I think the games we're going to have the most to say about. So
Because I would put Ruby and Sapphire A, in my opinion.
absolutely 100% agree. Yeah,
Which one did you play?
I played Sapphire.
I played Ruby.
Sapphire. There you go. There you go.
Had the red Game Boy Advance. That I don't even want to know how many hours that thing was lodged into my Game Boy Advance. You think it was stuck in there?
Oh yeah.
Like
that's the cool thing about Pokemon games is like they just sort of sucked away time because they were the most playable Game Boy games, like continuously playable.
And to me, they had the best music, especially when we get into the advanced, when that sound card is working hard. I love just the music, especially I feel like Ruby and Sapphire, to me, that's why I really noticed how good Pokemon music is.
You say that, and you know what? Now that I think back on it, Ruby and Sapphire was about the time I discovered YouTube because I was looking up soundtracks to the music. I loved the music so much I wanted to listen to it on repeat, so I found the soundtrack on YouTube. And fun fact, I scammed a friend of mine I worked at a radio station when I was young, 14, and I took some Ruby and Sapphire music and put some like nonsense sound effects on it and told him I remixed it. He was like, "Wow, dude, this is really good." Didn't actually. Don't sue me, Nintendo. I'm a good boy. So we're good with A.
All right. Absolutely. And who'd you start? And just because I would say like as far as like original Pokemon games, these are my favorite.
Absolutely.
I
think
we can get into the remakes, of course, but as far as just original first releases, my favorite.
And they're strong games. They're stupid stories, but they're RPGs. Like RPGs have silly
it's Pokemon.
In Pokemon, it's fine. It's Pokemon. The Pokemon are well designed. The Pokemon are fun.
Mudkip all day.
Mudkip all day. There we go. Everyone who disagrees, leave a dislike on the video.
Please, I beg you.
Leave a dislike. Click out. Unless you like Torchic or Trico, and then you're fine.
And I will say Emerald, I would put right there in A. I don't think it's that much. That much better.
I agree. I've been thinking about that where I didn't where I thought for a little bit it was better, but the only real addition is the Battle Frontier at the end, and as fun as that was, it's not like a game breaker that it's not in the games anymore because it's just extra Pokemon. So let's move on to Diamond and Pearl, the games that everyone's going to be talking about soon.
And I will leave this to you because I haven't played.
Really, you haven't played?
And just a disclosure, I haven't played any DS Pokemon games.
Gotcha. Well, Diamond and Pearl for me, where's Pearl? Are probably Bs.
Okay.
They're probably Bs. They have a lot going for them. They're fun. We forgot. Oh shoot, we forgot Fire Red and Leaf Green.
I was gonna. The only reason why, because I didn't forget either. I just thought we were gonna do remakes after.
Sure.
Do the main line.
Lines. Sure. Okay, so
but chronologically, you're correct. You're correct about that.
Diamond and Pearl were a lot of fun, but it was the first time I was kind of underwhelmed. I was really prepared for this generation. I was really hyped, and I got into it, and I'm like, this could have been better. And then they made it better. I think Platinum goes up an A.
Okay.
I think Platinum goes up an A. They do make it a lot better. But it's in the same vein as Crystal. It only makes it marginally better. It's not like a jump to an S. It's just an A. So that's where I leave that.
Gotcha.
Black and White. I would say are C. Black and White are C tier. They try a lot of new stuff, and I think they fall flat. I think they just splat on the ground. They don't work. They wanted to retcon Pokemon. They wanted to start it all over. There are no Pokemon that you know in this game. There's no Pikachu. There's no Eevee. There's no Charmander. It's all new stuff, and I think that was a big mistake. Um,
You need those iconic
you
Pokemon.
need something to keep people playing. Okay, so that's where we are now. Do you want me to keep going chronologically or start doing remakes now?
Well, I know you wanted to do Black and White too.
I definitely want to do Black and White 2. Because Black and White 2 for
Yeah, I
me
want to give you a
are
moment
S
with
tier
that.
games.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. They're some of the best Pokemon games out there. Everything wrong with Black and White is amended. Everything that makes all these games good is in these games. Um, you have freedom of travel a little bit more. You've got freedom of expression with your Pokemon team a little bit more. You've got a pretty compelling story. It's wacky and crazy, but it's Pokemon. You've got so many good things going for you in these games. So, got to put them in S tier.
And then
Uh,
after that, we move on to
X
the
and Y. I think.
3DS, right? Yep.
Yeah,
And
3DS.
I played X, a little bit of X, I
Okay.
believe, like a little
What do you
bit.
think? What do you think of X?
Didn't hook me.
Nope.
Let's be honest. The Pokemon, if I remember correctly, there were a couple from other regions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but the Pokemon that you start with, I don't even remember them. Like, it just didn't hook me.
I don't.
Now,
You
I
know.
did play it late. I played it after Sun and Moon,
Yeah.
but I never went back to it.
Yeah. They are tech demos, and I think I'm happy putting them in D.
Uh-oh, our first
I think I'm
dumpster
happy putting them in
fires.
D because they're Nintendo came in and told them they had to start doing 3D for the Switch, so they
Yep.
made these games,
And they're
and
like,
they were
all
just
right, all
all
right.
right. We'll
And
do
they put a
3D.
piss poor effort out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were practicing because I think they get better. I think they get better. Let's go to Sun and Moon.
I like Sun and Moon. I
I
like the
like Sun
change
and
of
Moon a
pace.
lot.
I like the Hawaii influence.
Yes,
I liked how they handled gym battles, made them a little different.
absolutely. Do you want to put them in B? I'm feeling B for Sun and Moon.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I can put them in A.
Nah.
Definitely not
But
Ruby and Sapphire
do you know?
tier,
Do you know
but
what I?
definitely a step in the right direction.
Do you want to know? I think I can put an S. Is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Never played those.
Okay.
What makes them an S?
You know what? Never mind. They're not an S. They're an A. They're a step
A.
above.
Okay.
They're a step above. They like Black and White 2 improve everything from the other games. There's just not a lot more. There's a new story, new characters, new Pokemon. But it's just not that great of a story upgrade. And all the mechanics kind of stay the same and are kind of tiresome on a second play around. If you play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon after Sun and Moon, you're going to be disappointed that like not that much has changed. Going back, I would always choose Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon over Moon and Sun because I mean they're the better versions. So
Fair enough.
yeah,
And then Sword and Shield. I only played like 3 hours of Shield.
yeah,
My ex-girlfriend had it. That's the only time I ever played it. Sounds about right. That's where I put them.
I'm feeling C. They're better than X and Y. They have a lot going for them, but they're just not great games. They're too flawed. All right, I guess we're in the remakes, and I guess we should start with the Fire and Leaf Green.
S.
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 Yeah, yeah.
This might be the best. Those might be the best remakes of all time.
They were
Like,
so solid.
because
They
it
were
just
great.
took the Sapphire and Ruby. Like, I don't know if they changed engines or they just use the same assets, but it just feels
It
better and
looks
feels
good. It
premium.
feels better.
It's how I originally thought those games played.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
So amazing.
I'm gonna put.
Never.
I'm gonna. Did you play these?
No, I didn't. Okay.
They go in S2. They are absolutely perfect remakes of Silver or Silver and Gold. Absolutely fantastic. Um,
And then what about those
these
other those remakes?
I think they're on par with the
Fair enough.
originals.
I might have to re-get a 3DS to
Yeah,
experience some of these great games.
a lot of fun stuff that they add. These games that don't add a lot like oomph to them, but they are technically fun, and I wouldn't put them any higher. Let's go Pikachu and Eevee. The
And then
last.
last and least, put them right in the D. Put them right in
Yeah,
the D. I've never been more disappointed.
I agree. I agree.
Like, I thought I could tolerate the Pokemon Go style, but no,
Nope,
no,
it's just not
that's not how
replayable.
you play Pokemon games.
And you know what? That's our list, and we're sticking to it. I think.
Yeah, we appreciate you watching if you're watching out there. And if you want more tier lists, subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.